Hello and thank you for tuning into the Foreclosure Defense Network. I'm your host, Dominic Samaroni. Just a quick background about myself. I've been a mortgage banker since 1984. I purchased my first four-family home when I was 19 years old, and many properties after that. I've had real estate licenses, mortgage broker licenses, banking licenses in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. I'm now a private hard money lender. I am also a consultant working with numerous attorneys and law firms that specialize in foreclosure defense. And I assist them and teach them on how to be aggressive and how to deal with mortgage bankers, as attorneys know how to be attorneys and mortgage bankers know how to be mortgage bankers. There's two parts to a foreclosure. There's a legal side and there's the mortgage banking side. The mortgage banking side, which is where I come in, is the requalifying or reapplying for a loan modification to keep the house. You need to know the debt ratios, loan to values, who the mortgage company is, who the servicer is, who bought the mortgage, who sold the mortgage, is it a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, so on and so forth. After 35 years of being a mortgage professional, I think I got the hang of it now. I have a wealth of information and could probably be very valuable to someone who's in foreclosure. I was also president of the New York Society of Mortgage Professionals for 2 terms. That's 4 years. That being said, now you know who I am. It's our first episode on the Foreclosure Defense Network, FDN. Our first episode will be addressing the pros and cons of representing yourself as a pro se litigant. Let's talk about the F word, foreclosure. First of all, the pros and the cons of a pro se litigant. Let's talk about the pros. Number one, the pro to being the benefit of being a pro se litigant is representing yourself and saving a boatload of money in legal fees. You don't have to pay an attorney. Number two, you get an education on how to be a lawyer. You get to mingle with other lawyers. You could talk about their financial background and their education and how they got their law degree and their the college they went to. And basically, you also get to learn that the bank hired them to foreclose on you and either get a loan modification, 1, 2, 3 lickety split, or auction off your house and evict you and your family and get that house sold and get the bank's money back. They're not your friend. The bank, the lender, is not your friend. You're in foreclosure. Friends don't sue friends. You defaulted on a mortgage note. The first words in a mortgage note is, I promise to pay. Every loan says, I promise to pay. You broke the promise, now they're foreclosing on you and your family. Another benefit of being a pro se litigant is knowing your way around the courthouse. You spend money on your taxes. You need to see where your money's good, hard-earned money's going. You get to hang around the courthouse. Usually you get there at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30-ish, 9, and you wait for your name to be called. It could be at 9:45. It could be at noon. It could be let's break for lunch and we'll see everybody back here at 1. And any time between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. You have to go monthly in New York for settlement conferences. They still have them in New York. You have to appear once a month. You have to put in an application for your loan modification. And it's very time consuming. That's why you usually pay an attorney. But if you want to save money, one of the pros and cons is appearing yourself and representing yourself. Let's talk about the cons of being a pro se litigant or representing yourself. Representing yourself, number one of the cons. You have no friggin' right to be there. You have the right to be there, but you really don't know what you're doing. You have no idea whatsoever. So it's prom night. It's your first time. You have no clue how to file an answer to a foreclosure motion, a summary, judgments. You have no clue whatsoever what you're doing. So that's a con. The foreclosure attorney for the bank, the lender who's foreclosing on you, who's hired gun to track you down and rid you of the property, it's not your friend, not going to help you. The court, not going to help you. They got to be neutral. They can't They can only tell you, if you don't know what you're doing, get a lawyer. The other con is you're basically playing, as head of the household, you're playing with the lives of your family. You're shooting craps and rolling the dice to see if you can get into court, save some money, and get yourself a loan modification. Doesn't always work out. With that being said, another con to the pros and cons of representing yourself is most lawyers, law firms, attorneys, they don't want you as a client. It's the old transmission story. It's like saying, honey, I could fix the transmission myself. I'm going to go out in the garage. I'm going to buy a toolkit. I'm going to take it all apart on the bench. I'm going to buy some parts, put them back in, and then put the transmission back in the car. Save ourselves thousands of dollars. $4,000, I hear it is the cost to rebuild a transmission nowadays. Then you find at the end of the project that it's not running well and you have a lot of spare parts, a lot of extra parts left over. Now you want to call the transmission guy and tell him, listen, I can't drive the car. I can't really tell you what's wrong with it, but I tried fixing it myself. I got a box of parts I can bring you and you can try putting those in. They're probably going to tell you, I can give you a new transmission, but I don't rebuild someone who never built a transmission. That's why pro se litigants, they're not popular in the legal field, legal profession. You're better off hiring an attorney to represent you, especially in New York. Takes time to foreclose. You have to appear every month at the settlement conferences. You have to miss some work. You have to sit in the courthouse all day, and you got to answer questions like you know what you're doing, like you went to law school. Okay, so here's my advice to the attorney wannabes and pro se litigants. If you're looking to save money, don't be a homeowner, especially in New York State. If you're looking to save money, rent an apartment. Try not to do this stuff yourself. It doesn't work out. If you'd like to get some more information, you would like to tap my brain or talk to me or ask me or which direction can you point me in, I'd be happy to do that. Based on my experience as a mortgage banker, I'm not an attorney. I do not give out legal advice. I don't practice law. Even attorneys hire attorneys. I'm a banker. I've owned properties. I've lent money. I've foreclosed on people. I've helped people out of foreclosure. If it makes sense, if they qualify, they're going to keep their home. And like I said, I have a wealth of information. I might be able to help you. Give me a call. You can reach me on my cell, 646-296-1988, or you can email me at dfsamarone, SAMMARONE, at AOL.com. You can send me an email. I'll be happy to answer your questions. You can send me a text on my cell phone. You can call me. I'd be happy to point you in the right direction. Bad things happen to good people. Don't feel bad. Don't get stressed out. There's a lot of reputable people in the world left that'll help you out of trouble, that know what they're doing. Like I said, I consider myself an experienced pro, and I hope I'll be able to help you. Even if you don't call me or text me or email me, maybe I can help you with these videos where it'll give you a general idea of where to start. Start by getting a lawyer. Don't do it yourself. I would also hire a professional to do your loan modification package. Do not submit that on your own. The bank is not going to speak with you because you're a party to the action, and the foreclosure attorneys aren't going to help you either. You need somebody to help you. You need a professional if you're serious about keeping your home.